Dante, you meant to watch the stream. Okay. Here we are on Antigua Shipyard. To your bottom right, if you look out the window, you'll see a green Terran by the name of PJA, of course from Team SR. He is going to be fighting out against a Protoss who is out the top left-hand side window of this tour bus on Antigua. That's right, there's a window out the top left of the bus. It is HoneyBadger, who is of course up 2-0 at the moment. Of course, PGA needs to win this one if he wants to come back and continue on to the next game. Given that this is a best of 5, and we'll find out what HoneyBadger is going to do this time. Of course, we've seen some interesting strategies out of him. The 17 Nexus in the first game, and then the one gate expand into the Dark Templar drop. A little bit of White Ra style there. And I don't know if this is cross only. I assume it is. Sorry, I was just thinking. Okay. You're browsing duckvilleall.com. It's a good site. It's me ranting about random crap. Looks like we've got a little bit of a worker battle as we did in the previous game. Looks like the probe is not happy with the job that it did on those two SCVs. Is going to go to town on this supply depot. Takes off a reasonable amount of HP. Takes off around about 24 HP off that supply depot, and is then going to lead a chase around the base here. And it looks like almost getting caught out. Nicely done by HoneyBadger. Very quick on the probe reactions here, and he's going to get the gas going, and probably, I would assume, a one gate expand from him, and presumably from PGA also a one base, one racks expand. We got this is a best of 5, Lemon, because it is the grand final. There it is. The command center going to go down at the natural. Probe is going to see everything here. Sees that go down, even saw, I think that Marine moved out, so HoneyBadger going to get perhaps a kill on this SCV if he gets it in time. 1, 2, bam! Wow, not too bad there from HoneyBadger, even escapes with the probe. He just doesn't care. HoneyBadger does not care. Going to start up a Stalker and the warp gate tech back at home. Meanwhile, the SCV is going to see exactly what's going on, of course. Can see that this is probably going to be that one gate expand we mentioned. And another SCV comes down to look after that command center. So PJ with a little bit of a loss right at the start here, but nothing too fanciful. And it looks like here comes the probe to put the Nexus down. Is the Stalker going to catch the SCV? Yes, he does. Gonna get rid of that. Nexus is gonna go down. Is it? Yes, there it is. Good stuff there from HoneyBadger. 2 extra racks on the way from PJA, going standard. Everything has been the same every game, so he's just confident in that sort of 11-minute push that he has been attempting to go for, but in both the last game and the first game, he's unfortunately been caught out by certain attacks that have come in from HoneyBadger that have actually caught out that bit, that what is normally a very decent attack from a Terran with the +1 to weapons, the Medivacs, the stim, and all that sort of stuff. So Stalker says knock knock, who's there? No one at the moment, but there is a Marine. Bam. And as we'll see, we'll probably see a couple of extra gates from HoneyBadger. There they are, another Stalker heading across the map. I'm surprised he hasn't sort of gone for a little bit more of that pressure style with the 3 gates. So a little bit odd. But we got PJA picking up his extra gas. Tech Lab just about done. Should be the stim that started off first, I would assume. A couple more Marines just also popping out. And he'll probably look to, I would assume he's just going to do the same thing again. That sort of standard 11-minute sort of push. with a couple of medevacs, some marauders, and a couple of marauders, not too many, and a bunch of marines, and look to try and take advantage of the fact that this map is very good for drops. You've got a lot of avenues through the back here, sort of coming across this way and then dropping in here. You can also go in on top of the gas and be a little bit hidden there. And also, of course, there are the options to come in down the left-hand side of the natural expand and go through that way. But it looks as if HoneyBadger may be caught out in the middle of the map. A couple of Marines are going to go down, but the Stalker, one Stalker is dead, and the Marines will take control of the Xel'Naga Watchtower for now. In fact, they're going to head straight back, not even bothering with dealing with the remaining Stalker. Meanwhile, both the gases being picked up again by PJ. Going to make sure he has enough gas for that tech that he needs. Of course, that is going to comprise of the factory, the reactor, and the starport as well. And then enough gas to grab a couple of medevacs at around about, where is it? Sort of about 9:35 mark, or around about then. But back at home for HoneyBadger, a couple more gates going up. He's also got a robotics bay, so he's going to go very quickly towards the Colossus tech here, which I really do like. You can take advantage of the fact that this map has that obviously that exit point for the Colossus if you want to try and rally them all the way down to the bottom side of the map, or you can just sort of beef up a bit, make sure you've got a couple Colossi, then push across with a 2-base push, and it's very, very annoying to deal with for a Terran, because of course that means that you have to switch over your production. You can't have the starport making medevacs, which is really nice to have when you have a lot of bioforces. What you need to do is switch around and then make some Vikings to deal with the Colossus. So, well, he's not aware of that yet. He's probably assumed that there's an expansion here. Of course, a 1-gate timing probably would have hit by now, but he is not aware that there are about to be a few Colossi on the map. Extended Thermal Lance is also on the way. Meanwhile, for HoneyBadger, he did get an observer inside and did get to see exactly what's going on. Sees that the starport was just about done. The factory had built the reactor as well, and as we can see, the tech lab's having a party there with the lights, the strobe lights flashing. It's a disco in there, I tell you what. And it looks, there it is, we got the Marines and the Marauders on the way. +1 is syncing up quite nicely with this attack. Concussive shells and the combat shields depending on if he waits here at the Xel'Naga Watchtower, combat shields should be ready. But the problem is, with this attack, is the problem of dealing with the Colossus with no Vikings out. He's going to be in a lot of trouble if he tries to deal with this. And HoneyBadger somehow sneaks a probe past the Xel'Naga Watchtower and gets a pylon down. He's going to get a second one here at what is normally the Terran 3rd base. And I would say if PJA doesn't get the wires of what's going on here with this robo, he's going to be in quite a lot of trouble. And it looks as if a drop is going across. Does not get spotted by HoneyBadger until it's a little bit too late, but he does find the rest of the forces down on the ground at the bottom side. Now the Colossus dealing with the rest of the Marines and the Marauders. It probably just going to push the rest of that across. So meanwhile, some of these Stalkers now warping in. Not sure it's the best idea to send the probes at all these Marines. When they stim up, they'll do all sorts of terrible things to the probes. And now we've got the push is on. Looks like the 2 Colossi, again, they've got their extended Thermal Lance. The Zealots are also there as well. Only 2 bunkers here available to defend. Meanwhile, the probes are under siege at the natural expand as well. And if HoneyBadger can just get rid of these Marines, he should be fine. Meanwhile, the attack commences at the natural expand of PJA. The Marines, meanwhile, have been killed off, but the Colossus far too powerful for this very small amount of Vikings. In fact, the 2 Vikings that came out have been killed before they even get a shot off. And PJA, GG's, because that is him done. HoneyBadger taking the GPD number 60 for SC2C.com in quite flying fashion there, 3-0 against PJA. Nicely done from HoneyBadger there, pulling out a couple of different strats in each game, and as we can see, PJA unfortunately was not able to deal with that. He was going for that, it looks like he was going for that 11-minute each time, but unfortunately was not able to pull it out. Maybe he should have done some mech. Yeah.